He was the U.S. government's most lethal sniper, the man they turned to take out terrorists in Iraq. But tonight, Chris Kyle, a highly decorated former Navy SEAL, is dead.
Unfolding tragedy, a former Navy SEAL, a hero to members of the military. This evening, authorities say he was targeted and killed by a fellow veteran.
That shocking killing of legendary Navy SEAL Chris Kyle. The most lethal sniper in U.S. history was gunned down at a Texas shooting range over the weekend.
Breaking news overnight, an ex-Navy SEAL and one of America's best-known snipers murdered at a gun range in Texas, allegedly by a troubled former Marine.
He was an American hero who survived so much at war, only to be gunned down here at home.
Hello all you couch detectives out there, my name is Lee, thank you for being here. On this channel, we post full interrogations. You may have seen some of these stories elsewhere, but likely not the full interrogation. So if that is your sort of thing, make sure you're subscribed. We have over 200 interrogations posted on this channel already, and a lot more on the way. For everything Couch Detectives, go to couchdetectivestv.com. Okay, enough rambling, let's get into it. February 2nd, 2013, Glen Rose, Texas. About 3 p.m., 3 men pull up to the Rough Creek gun range. Within 2 hours, 2 of those men would be dead. An employee of the gun range discovered the bodies around 5 p.m. One of those men was 35-year-old Chad Littlefield, who had a passion for helping veterans, which was actually the reason he was at the gun range that day. The second man was a well-known military figure, a Navy SEAL veteran named Chris Kyle, best known as the American Sniper, where he was portrayed by Bradley Cooper in the 2014 film by the same name. Chris Kyle was credited with 160 confirmed kills over the course of 4 tours in Iraq from 1999 to 2009. Being a civilian since his last tour in 2009, Chris Kyle was very serious about doing what he could to help veterans that struggle with PTSD like himself, which again is why he and Chad Littlefield were at the range that day. Both men were shot multiple times. Chris Kyle's black Ford F-350 that was used to get to the range was gone, along with the third man that was there that day. Police were able to track down that third man, 25 years old at the time, Eddie Ray Routh. Eddie Routh was seemingly not in the mood to negotiate or surrender on law enforcement's terms.
Eddie, hear me out.
Get out of the truck, Jesse.
Eddie, I'm going to tell them to get off the phone and pack their stuff so they can start this way. And then if we need to, we'll call them back, okay?
Okay, I can't not leave.
Okay, Ray, you hear that?
I'm gonna leave the seat back.
Eddie, don't, just stay right there. I'll stay right here and you stay right there. We can see each other, okay? I'll call you back. Eddie?
Let him know it's started.
Eddie?
Yep.
You're the radio man.
Eddie?
Hey.
Eddie, don't
Stop sticks in front of him?
Stop sticks are in front. You go forward, they're gonna pop it.
I'm sorry, what?
Radio.
Okay, but we can't hear anything. That truck's too loud.
I'm gonna take a nap.
Okay, why don't we go take a nap somewhere you can be more comfortable?
I'm pretty comfortable in here, Jesse.
In fact, he would lead police on a chase driving Chris Kyle's truck.
I'm sorry, what, Eddie?
What were y'all saying?
Well, we're trying to figure out how we can do this as far as, a while ago you said something about me driving you to the station, right?
Well, no, I was thinking maybe we could follow each other up there, you can follow me up there. If I need you, I'll turn it off and talk to you. Are you in a position where you...
Eddie. 5 minutes, Eddie. Okay?
Eventually, Ruth would decide to pull over and surrender.
Now, in your right pocket. That's it.
What's happening in the world right
Eddie,
now? See all these
it's all right.
I don't know.
It's going to be all right, Eddie, okay? Just calm down. I know we don't either, but we're going to work this thing out, okay?
Eddie Routh was also a veteran, and he was struggling with PTSD from his time in the military. Friends and family spectated that Routh seemed fine after coming back from his deployment in Iraq. It was after his return from Haiti, where he was stationed for recovery efforts after the 2010 earthquake, which is said to have killed more than 300,000 people, where Routh was noticeably different. It was Routh's mother who actually made contact with Chris Kyle weeks before the incident. She was in desperate need of help, as Routh was just released back to her, even against her pleas for him to stay hospitalized. Eddie Ray Routh would be taken into custody and brought in for questioning in the murders of Chad Littlefield and Chris Kyle. Here is how that interview went. But first, let us have a moment of silence for the victims in this case.
Okay, thank you. Hey man, how are you? Oh, good. I came in and talked with you a little bit this evening, and I know you've had a rough time.
I have been having a pretty rough time of it, you know.
I just want to sit in here and visit with you and talk to you about it and see what I can do.
Is there any way I can get these taken off? Back up?
I'll have to talk to these guys about doing that. Still trying to find out a lot of stuff, but
Me too.
let me get
I'm trying to find out more about the world that I've been living in too. I never knew I was in this deep when I was looking at those computer screens when I was in Iraq. I never thought it was.
Sure.
I mean, you can look at it, you know.
Yeah.
When you're looking at the screen, it doesn't make sense to you at the time, but then when you really realize what's happening, you know, you're like, this is astonishing, you know. What?
Exactly.
What?
Right. Well, since they have you in this building, and we'll talk about the government. The government wants me to read constitutional rights because you have all those protections, and also I'm gonna read those to you, and then we can talk.
Well, the Constitution cares.
Yeah. Let me just read that, and we'll go from there. And you have the right to remain silent and not make any statement at all, and any statement you make may be used against you at your trial. Any statement you make may be used as evidence against you in court. You have the right to have a lawyer present to advise you prior to and during any questioning. If you are unable to employ a lawyer, you have the right to have a lawyer appointed to advise you prior to and during any questioning. You have the right to terminate the interview at any time. You understand those rights. I go around and talk to people a lot, and
Well, I never knew that counseling was more, you know, counseling between men and women needed to be more heavy in the world than it did. But when you're surrounded on all fronts where you begin, you can't just start in one place, you know.
right. You understand those rights, and you're okay with talking with me, right?
Well,
You're fine with that?
I've been living with somebody with their hand up my ass my whole life,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
I'm not okay with that. That is not right.
Somebody doing that to you.
So sad how it had to happen and stuff, you know, and how it did happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
I just wish it would stop, you know. Isn't there world councils that can speak about this?
there has to be.
There has to be, to keep people accountable,
Yeah.
you know.
Right.
Evidently, you know.
You're right.
For stuff like this that people that that you can't walk on common ground with because they never walked on the same ground with you, you know what I mean?
Right. Well, I want you to know, I work for the Texas Rangers, and what we do is we investigate major crimes, homicides. We have all the resources that we utilize to look into those kinds of cases. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And I know what you went through today has been very difficult for you. And I want to talk about what happened. And you can start with when you woke up today and what happened.
Well, you know, I keep talking to Chris, you know. I keep talking to Chris in my world, and seems like every time I talk to another man named Chris, I just get sent to another man named Chris. I think about talking to the wolf, you know, to the one in the sky. What the ones in the sky are the ones that fly, you know what I mean? The pigs in the world. They can truly say they're pigs. I've been smelling it this whole time, you know. I'm just tired of everybody's fucking bullshit. I can smell bullshit and pig shit, you know. I can tell the difference between two different kinds of pigs shitting. I don't know about how you can smell your shit. I mean, I'm not trying to say nobody's shit's stinking, but shit's stinking, you know what I mean?
And what exactly happened today after you woke up?
I'm finally getting rest, peace in my mind, you know.
Yeah.
Pieces of my mind back that I won't ever get back.
Where are you from, Eddie? I mean, I don't know you. You understand that? I don't know where you're from.
I was born right here in this land, in Lancaster that we're standing in today. Lancaster, Texas.
Okay.
This is where I was born. Well, not born, but this is where I was raised.
All right. And what kind of education do you have?
Just high school. I went to high school, then I went and joined the Marine Corps. After I got out of high school, it wasn't the streets that I was turning for. It was the streets I was trying to come back to get. You know, our streets have not been straight here in Texas forever. You know what I mean? No town square. I mean, there's towns that are square, and then there's towns that are fixed. There's no real square town. There can be. There can be square towns around America, and there can be crooked towns.
Sure.
You know.
What did you do in the Marine Corps?
I worked as a prison guard, and I worked on the gun, so it's like tit for tat, you know.
Yeah.
Who's saying who's right and who's wrong? You know, nobody wants to admit that they're right. Nobody wants to admit that they're wrong. I'm the only man that can change it.
Yeah.
And that's why these are behind my back right now.
Yeah. How long were you in the Marine Corps?
4 years.
How did you meet Chris?
Well, he was the one that was protecting the schools, you know, from my mom. You know, my mom, she was a teacher. So
School teacher.
You know, when I finally met the guy, I could smell him, you know. I smelled it for what he was worth, and I was like, no.
What's his last name?
He was a Kyle.
Kyle?
Yeah, he was Kyle.
Right. And what's that other guy's name?
I couldn't even remember.
And when was the first time you met the other guy?
First time I ever met either one of them was yesterday. I didn't know who they were or not, you know.
Yeah. Okay.
I knew knew who they were, but I didn't know, who they were.
Okay.
It's very evident now who they were because I'm obviously here on the top side of the world, so
Yeah.
they're not.
Well, how did you meet them? Did you meet them at your house, or did?
They came and got me at my house, so.
And then where did they take you?
We drove down into the country out there, and then they went and did some shooting sports,
Mm-hmm.
Some.
What kind of shooting sports?
Well, I imagine they're headhunters,
Mm-hmm.
Trying to hunt everybody down. They did them wrong before, I'm not trying to hunt down anybody that I did wrong. Are you?
I'm like, I try to be as reasonable and normal as I can.
I try to be as normal and as reasonable as I can every day, and I think about it every day, and I'm like, I'm pretty damn reasonable.
Yeah.
I'm pretty damn fair.
Right. What happened out there today on the shooting sports? What kind of guns?
I was reasonable and fair with them boys, They looked at me in the eyes, and I looked at them in the eyes, and then
And what happened to them today from your perspective?
well, I can't just keep eating my soul up about this,
You're right.
And you can't just keep letting people eat your soul up for free, It's not what it's about. It's about having the soul that you have in you for yourself. And I still got tons of people that are eating on my soul right now. I hadn't even been able to sleep. Because I've been waiting for them to come back and get my soul.
Yeah.
You know how that feels.
I'm understanding.
Yeah. I just wish the world wasn't such a soulless place, Sometimes it feels like there's no soul for the soup anymore, anywhere. I feel like I need to be writing down books and
Well, tell me what happened out there when you were with Chris and that other guy.
Well, I've seen, evidently the Communism Party wants to run rampant in America. The Communism times are here upon us, The Reds are already eating up all the Indians. We know that. It's a tragedy. It's the ones that can't eat the Indians that want them, They're going to have problems about.
Sure.
I can't see the heat. There's got to be a common ground for men to work on at it better, so we can all get better. There's got to be common grounds. And the warlords aren't very happy with me. I know that. Everybody knows that in town. I can start making things look right. Obviously.
You saw your sister today, and you told her something bad happened, right? What'd you tell her?
I told her I had to kill men today.
Yeah.
It wasn't a want to or a need. It was a need. I had to get out of that situation I was in today. If not, I was going to be the next one that was going to be up there getting my head shot completely off,
And how many did you have to kill today?
2. And I'd much rather put in work, against it, but.
What did you kill them with?
It was a pistol.
caliber?
It was a 9.
It was a 9. Was this a semi-automatic or revolver?
It was just it was semi-automatic.
What brand gun?
I think it was the SIG. It was a SIG Sauer, you know.
Mm-hmm. What did you do with that gun?
Well, selling that truck, that's why I couldn't, you know, when I pulled back into town, I couldn't even feel like I could talk to Jesse or anybody like that. Nobody wanted to talk to me about what was right to do. Everybody wants me to do the right things.
Sure.
But nobody wants me to pay for it.
Right. Yeah.
I know what's right. Everybody wants me to live for free out on these farms that are high fenced and stuff and just shoot for a living. Well, I mean, I can keep shooting for a living.
How many times did you shoot them today?
A couple few.
A couple few?
Couple few shots were fired.
How close were you to them?
Hell, I was right up close to them. I didn't mean to be so close, but...
Did they know you were going to shoot them? They didn't know? Why do you think that?
Because their training wasn't as good. My training's been better, you know, my whole life.
Who did you shoot first?
The ones that I could identify with better, you know, clearly identify. The one that I could clearly identify, I knew if I did not take out his soul, he was coming to take mine next. Or one of his gangsters was coming to take one of my souls next, one of his kids' gangsters. I'm just tired of playing chess with my life. It's not about playing chess pieces in life. I mean, it is about playing chess pieces in life, obviously.
Yeah.
The chess holds the power.
Right. Was there a time today you used any drugs?
Yeah, I did use some tobacco today.
And some other kind of drugs? That's true, right?
Pure adrenaline, yes.
Yeah.
I've been running on pure adrenaline for a couple days now straight. This is one of the first time I've got to feel safe was up here at this police station.
Right.
With more police around me.
Yeah, I was kind of looking at your eyes a little bit constricted. I thought maybe you might have used some methamphetamine or something today.
I had not.
Oh, you had not?
I did not.
Okay. Have you used
That's why I've been having such a hard time sleeping, because I haven't been taking drugs and I can't sleep at night. Well, who can sleep in that world? The Sandman keeps winning, you know what I mean? I tell what I know is right to get out the front door. Well, they just keep coming back in my ass to bite me some more. Wow. You gotta tell them, you know.
Yeah. Let me ask you, Eddie, have you ever used methamphetamine before? Never?
Drugs are what's bringing us into these wars anyways.
Really?
I know it is.
Good.
It's about what drugs can get done the fastest by the quickest drug lords. Well, it's not about that. It's about getting everybody healthy together. You know, you can eat souls when you're down here. You know, the ones that you're given. But you can never make any more after the true souls are gone. You know, once all the true souls are gone, you're fucked.
About what time did this happen today out there at the gun range?
I don't know, maybe around 2 o'clock or so.
And after you killed them, what did you do next?
I fled. I didn't know what else to do. My adrenaline was so high, I didn't know what was right, I didn't know what was wrong. I mean, I know what was right now that I left, you know.
Mm-hmm. Where were the keys to the vehicle you drove away in? You remember? Show me your finger.
Well, the keys were in it, you know.
Your keys were in it?
No, the keys were in it.
Oh, the keys were in it.
vehicle.
Okay.
So it was never really like it was, you know, taken. The keys were already in the truck. It was,
Yeah.
it's pretty much given to me. So.
Mm-hmm. What did you do with the gun that you had? I mean, did you take it with you into the vehicle and then drive away? Is that a yes? Did you feel bad for doing that? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. You know, what you did today is wrong, right? You understand that?
Yes, sir.
What do you think should happen?
Nothing can keep covering it up forever.
That's the reason you fled, right? Because you knew it was wrong?
Well, I knew that there was certain shit that was wrong about it.
Some of that certain shit was killing him. You knew that was wrong. Right?
Right.
And you knew driving away, taking that truck was wrong. And where did you drive to after that?
Well, if I was so right, I should have just stayed.
Are you asking me, should you have stayed? Yes. You shouldn't have done it in the first place. You know, these men, they're heroes.
Right.
You understand that? Ultimate heroes.
Right.
They've been protecting you and me
For a while now.
for a long while.
A lot longer than I was thinking.
Yeah.
I guess I need to be doing more thinking in this town
Yeah.
than hurting people.
Right. Was there a bong, like a drug bong, in some of your stuff?
Tobacco.
Is that what was in the bong? Is that true or not? I don't know. have to be truthful with me if it wasn't. Just be truthful. What was in that bomb?
I imagine there's probably some pot in there too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of pot.
All right. And what else?
You know, shit, you can't trust anything in Texas with weed in it, because it's usually laced up so fucking tight with different drugs.
Mm-hmm. If yours was laced, what do you think it would have been laced with?
Probably some of that wet, or I don't know, could have been anything.
What do you mean by that? Could have been wet? What?
Could have been any kind of particular drug that was put in the weed, you know.
Where did you get it?
I hadn't bought any in a while.
Had you used it today? You had?
Yeah.
And you're being truthful with me?
Yes, sir. I smoked a little bit today.
Okay.
I've been trying to relax. Nothing's been relaxing me. The only thing that was helping me was pot. You know, that it was growing here and helping me. And now that I've got so many abandonment issues and trust issues here that I don't know what the fuck to think, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been having these problems in my town since I was growing up, you know, since a boy. I'm trying to fix this shit that's wrong in our country right now.
What did these guys say to you today when you were with them? What did they tell you?
They didn't really talk to me about much, you know. They were just, you know, talking about like common man, you know.
Yeah, tell me what they said to you.
Well, you can't walk around as a common man in a world of snakes, you know.
Mm-hmm. Is that what they told you?
If that's what the world's seen me as,
I want you to tell me
or
what
a mistake. I'm not a mistake. I'm tired of missing out on my life because of this shit.
I want you to tell me what these men told you today, these heroes you were with. Tell me what they told you today.
Well, you know, they're telling me about, you know, like stuff they've done, stuff that they've experienced and stuff. Well, I've already seen that stuff on the other side of the pond.
You have?
Yeah. And I came back to this one, and it's happening more and more rampant, even more here in Lancaster than anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And how are they helping you today?
Who's that? Which men?
The men that you killed. How are they helping you today? When they were talking to you?
Talking to me pretty shitty about it, you know. Really shitty.
What did they say?
Then neither side was being nice about it, you know.
Mm-hmm. Did you do any target practicing today?
I did.
Tell me about that.
Well, you know, I loaded loaded up a 45 and I shot it. You know.
What kind of distance?
Wasn't a distance or anything, but it was out there a little ways, you know. Wasn't far. But still hit my mark when I was needing to hit my mark true, you know.
Absolutely. What else did you shoot today?
My own damn mouth.
Okay. What kind of 45 was it you shot? Did some target practicing with?
It was, I guess it was like a revolver.
Was that gun used to shoot anyone today?
The revolver? No.
All right. What other kinds of guns did you target practice with today?
Well, there's a bunch of other ones out there, fully autos out there, and I never shot any of the targets though. You know.
Mm-hmm. Those bunches of other guns you mentioned, did you shoot anything with them?
No. I left them for what they were. So we're meant to be here for is hunt for a purpose. You know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Was the other guy named Chad?
Yeah.
You remember that to be true, right?
Yeah.
Where did you shoot him?
So is there any way I can see my parents yet? Did they make it in yet?
I have not heard.
Anybody heard about him yet?
I haven't. I haven't heard that.
You can talk out there and see if they've heard from him.
Sure.
I'd like to see him, see if I could at least hug my mom one last time, you know.
You want to do that because you know what you did was wrong today. You shot Chad and Chris, right?
Yep.
You feel bad about that? What's your date of birth, Eddie?
I gotta get these cuffs off the back of my neck. Before I keep strangling my fucking own damn self. The walls ain't that thick in here. Or heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know what you mean. Is there anything you'd like to say to the families?
Yeah, I'm just sorry for what I've done. You know, and we can work this out.
Okay. You mean that, don't you? I'll be back. Okay. Hi, buddy. Have a seat there. Took me a while to find out your family and their status. They're going to see you tomorrow. They're staying overnight in Abilene.
Right.
So they're going to see you tomorrow. So that's, to answer your question, it took me a while. I had to go find them to get the answers. But I had some things I wanted to clarify with you. The 9mm, the SIG that you said you used to kill them with, is that your personal SIG? Or?
No, that was the other guys.
Okay.
So.
All right. What did they do after you shot them? Can you explain that to me?
They laid there and they weren't breathing anymore. So.
Okay. About what time did that happen?
You know, 3 o'clock or so.
Okay. And then you left and you drove to your sister's house?
Yeah.
And you talked to your sister and you told her what you did. Was there some other guns in that same vehicle you were in? Did you ask your sister if she wanted to see those guns? Do you remember that?
Yeah, I did.
Why did you want to show her?
I just wanted to see her.
Okay.
You know?
All right. Let me ask you this. You have stated to me that you would like to say you're sorry for what you've done.
Wow.
Like to the families. What would you say to them if you had the opportunity to talk to them right now?
I'd tell them I'm so sorry for what I've done. If I could have done it differently, I'd have done it so much differently. I wish these handcuffs weren't on me.
The clothes that you have on now, where did you get those?
From my home.
What were you wearing today out there when you at the gun range?
For the burn.
This what you were wearing? You didn't change clothes?
Nope.
Can you think of anything else you would say?
No.
Can you think of what that marijuana was laced with? What is wet? What was it wet with?
Probably some purple hearts. You know?
No formaldehyde?
It could have been formaldehyde. That's what we've been, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna step out of here and get these guys to get back with you, all right? I told you where your family's at.
Quality counts.
Yeah, that's where your family's at.
And
You know
quality
there's some
counts.
families out there grieving, right? And you know the difference between right and wrong, right?
Yes, sir.
You do. Okay. All right, well, let me see if I can go see what these other guys are doing, okay?
Is there any way they can talk to me about maybe?
You talk to me about it when they come over here, okay?
Okay.
You have cell phones or anything like that yourself? Do you have it on you? Do you know your phone number? What is that? I don't know. I can't remember.
Can't remember right off the top of my head.
You try to run from the police, right? Isn't that right? I heard them talking to you, trying to get you to give up. What I heard them saying is, just come get out, surrender, right?
So they're saying.
Why weren't you compliant? Because of what happened? Okay.
Yep.
What do you want to tell your mom?
I love her.
What do you tell your sister?
I love her too.
Do you wish this had never happened? Seem like you want to cry about it.
I do a little
I
bit.
see the water in your eyes.
Yeah.
If you could take it back, you would. You notice any blood on your boots?
A little bit.
Have a seat, sit down, and I'll have somebody come over here and get you, okay?
Okay.
How you feel?
Feel all right?
Good. We're working on getting those handcuffs off. That's where he went up there to talk to.
Like the bigger dogs.
Yeah.
Sure would like to have them off.
I know.
Maybe go outside and smoke a cig or think about that. Does anybody even smoke anymore? Just such a terrible habit.
It's $5 a pack.
Well, I like to smoke.
Why, it calms your nerves?
It does.
I
It helps
could-
you calm.
I could think a whole lot more to do with $5 and put them on something that I'm going to just burn up and go buy me a foot long and
Right, go to Subway.
although they not have to work extra hard to work that off.
Sure that.
Hey, you don't look like you have any problems. But you still young. Once you get over 35,
Way different, huh?
yeah, your body doesn't squeeze up, and next thing you know, you gotta do extra time in the gym just to get it off.
Right.
I miss the days I could sit down and eat a whole thing of ice cream. No problem.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? How did you meet Chris?
Huh?
Yeah.
Closer friends, I guess.
Did y'all like talk on the phone or a lot or?
Yeah, we called over the phone.
That old truck you were driving, that was a tank.
There was a
told you earlier, I'm glad I'm talking to you now.
No. So is there anybody we can talk to about getting these cuffs off and let me get a smoke, or?
That dude that just left, that's who's gonna be doing all the talking to.
Well, I'm gonna go outside and smoke one, I guess.
What?
We might have to go outside and smoke some, so
You ain't got no cigarettes.
I'll have some before long. It's only a matter of time, you know.
Where you gonna get cigarettes from?
They're coming.
Okay, you get some blue damn ice cream coming too?
Yeah.
Hell, I ain't eating all night.
You know, you got plenty to eat on there. I don't got nothing to eat on, you know.
What?
I'm eating none of my soul today. Everybody just keeps eating off my soul, so. To that I say, fuck y'all. Y'all can eat my shit and die. Try to eat my soul.
You bumper stick.
Eat shit and die. When pigs fly, eat shit and die. It's times that are upon us, you know. But, you know, I didn't know the times were going to be moving this fast at this, like the world would be rapidly expanding this quick and moving so quickly. There's still good people.
Yeah. Yeah. Few and far between, but
Tom Morrow counts up. So, just saying. Remember that.
what's that?
Tom Morrow.
Top moral?
Tom, yeah, like tomorrow's counting for everybody in this world.
Who was staying with you over at the house on 6th Street?
Who was?
Yeah.
Or who is?
Who is?
My mom still is.
Oh, she just goes out to visit
She
your
just
dad?
goes out to visit my dad every once in a while, you know.
What's he doing? Working on the oil rigs or something?
He's working.
On the pipeline or?
He's working for a living.
Yeah, I know he couldn't find anything around here and got that gig.
Yeah, it seems to be a lot easier to work out of town than it is to be working in town. You know?
Up to now, Couch Detectives have not taken on any sponsors. That being said, to those detectives that have gone above and beyond to support the channel, you are truly appreciated. For the rest of you, consider a 7-day trial on Patreon. We have lots of extras and exclusive content. We also give you early access to most of our content. Scan this QR code or follow the link in the description below. We also have a weekly podcast for those of you that listen on the go. Scan this QR code or find the podcast link in the description as well. Okay, let's get back to it. On February 24th, 2015, Eddie Ray Routh was found guilty of both murders. It took the jury less than 3 hours of deliberation to return the verdict. He was immediately sentenced by the judge, Jason Cashton, to life in prison with no possibility of parole. He is currently serving his time at the Texas Department of Criminal Justice Ramsey Unit in Brazoria County, Texas. Thank you all so much for watching. Lots more coming here at Couch Detectives. We will see you in the next one.